there everyone, my name is Jade Learning Biras, first year college in OLMC, taking BS in nursing. For today's video, I'm going to interview two different kind of amazing people with their experience in life. Watch this. Talk about a time when you have to work closely with someone whose personality was very different from yours.
Being in the Strand, there's a diverse amount of people that have different personalities, have different attitudes, and a time where I had to work with people who had very different personalities with me was probably working with my research group. But besides having different personalities, we were able to work things out. And up until now, things have been going on smoothly, they have been flowing smoothly. Works are being done in a snap of a finger. And thankfully, I was able to work with them. And I would say that now that we have been together for how God knows how long, I was able to work it out already with them, and I was able to know their strengths and weaknesses, and I and I'm able to see what things I should improve with myself as well. So it's just a matter of adjusting with one another when it comes to working with people who have a different personality than you.
Second question. Tell me about a time you wish you'd handle a situation differently with a friend or classmate.
Being in the Strand, there's a diverse amount of people that have different personalities, have different attitudes, and a time where I had to work with people who had very different personalities with me was probably working with my research group. But besides having different personalities, we were able to work things out. And up until now, things have been going on smoothly, they have been flowing smoothly. Works are being done in a snap of a finger. And thankfully, I was able to work with them. And I would say that now that we have been together for how God knows how long, I was able to work it out already with them, and I was able to know their strengths and weaknesses, and I and I'm able to see what things I should improve with myself as well. So it's just a matter of adjusting with one another when it comes to working with people who have a different personality than you. So yeah.
Third question. Tell me about a time you were under a lot of pressure. What was going on and how did you get through it?
Recent one that I could recall was when we had a debate, a spontaneous debate, might I say. It was a spontaneous debate for trans networks and critical thinking, and I was under a lot of pressure because first, I was the first speaker. I was the first debater to speak, and then I reviewed last minute, and that was one of the mistakes that I did that really pissed me off that day. But what I did and how I got through it was quite a process. I tried to recall as much from what I reviewed, and yeah, thankfully I was able to overcome being under a lot of pressure by you know recalling and just being positive that I could do it, and that and that I could get through it. So that's how I overcame it.
Fourth question. Sometimes it's just not possible to get everything on your to-do list done. Tell me about a time your responsibilities get a little overwhelming. What did you do?
Managing your time wisely. Um, I did have quite a lot of times where some responsibilities of mine were just clashing with each other, and then my head was just so full of thoughts. If I could accomplish this, if I could accomplish that, how would I manage my time? So sometimes, there's really just times where it gets a little too overwhelming. But learning from experience, it's a matter of managing your time wisely for me. That's what I did. Um, I really set time. I really set a time for myself and for doing my responsibilities, so that it really won't get too overwhelming for me. When I have free time, I do as much of my responsibilities as I could, so that it won't be clashing with each other if ever, more responsibilities will be given to me. So that is how I handle multiple responsibilities in a certain time.
For the fifth question, give me an example of a time you managed numerous responsibilities. How did you handle that?
So we all know that we're in the middle of a pandemic, and during the start of online classes, I was too overwhelmed with the tasks that were being given to me. My tasks were literally stacked, and there was just so many things that were going on in my head. And aside from that, I also had other tasks from different volunteer works, and then from house responsibilities as well. But thankfully, I was able to overcome all of it in one night. And the reason being is because I really set that time, that specific amount of time, to answer all my assignments, to do all my performance tasks, and to finish house tasks, and to also do some works for the volunteer works that I have been doing. So that was what I did. I really set a time for myself where I put my responsibilities first before leisure time. So that is how I was able to handle it. And actually, I was also able to handle it with some help of a couple of breakdowns and meltdowns. I'm someone who's very prone to breakdowns and meltdowns, and I think that it helped as well for me to release my stress that day. And yeah, I was able to thankfully overcome and handle the multiple responsibilities that were given to me in a day. And it was actually so stressful. But yeah, as I said a while ago, thankfully I was able to overcome them.
There was a time sa company kasi namin, when doing a work, may partner kayo. So, there was a time na na-partner ako sa hindi ko, sabihin natin, hindi ko kasundo. Hindi kami paras ng technique, um, way to approach to do the things, the work that we do. Yun, siguro nagkaroon lang kami ng kahirapan sa una sa paggawa namin ng mga trabaho namin, but kailangan mag-adjust, kailangan mong mag-adjust because hindi naman sa pangmamasama sa tao, pero hindi kasi siya marunong mag-adjust, or parang kailangan sa kanya superior siya masunod, tama siya. But as for me, nagpaubayan na ako or ako na lang nag-adjust para maayos or maging smooth yung trabaho namin. Hindi naman mawawala yun sa isang trabaho na parang nagkakaroon ng competition. Hindi naman sa it is very natural, pero sa ibang tao, like sometimes you see as a competition, not a member of the group, member of the workers, but as a competition. And there's a time na nagtatanong ako ng kung ano ba yung dapat gawin, ano na ba yung kailangan gawin, kasi nga tapos na ako sa ginagawa ko. Pero hindi niya ako sinasabihan kung ano pa ba pwede kong maitulong, kasi nga akala niya na parang bida-bida lang, nagpapaganda lang ng image or nagmamagaling. Pero hindi yun ganon. Like, you just want to help them finish or accomplish their work as fast as you can, kasi nga overtime na anong oras na rin. Habang tumatagal or pag pinapaintindi mo naman or nakikita naman nila na yung nature ng ginagawa mo is for their good also, yun, magiging smooth rin naman yung relationship mo. Lahat tayo or karamihan sa atin on our first day of work, kinakabahan tayo or we put too much pressure on ourselves that we think na, oh my gosh, baka magkamali ako, baka pagalitan ako ng employer ko, baka hindi ko makasundo yung mga katrabaho ko. At ganoon din yun sa akin on my first day of work. Pero as you go through the day, habang nakakasama mo yung mga katrabaho mo, habang ginagawa mo ng work mo, nagiging you feel relaxed and relief at the same time. On my first job, it was good, it was very smooth. Ang saya lang nung camaraderie na na-build namin. Yung na hanggang ngayon is andun pa rin. Like, nagsik siya. There are many things na nalaman ko, natutunan ko when it comes to the business, to the work. Pero hindi lang siya sa work, hindi rin pa sa friendship, as a person, ganun. But in the work, yun yung how important communication is. Na nagkakaintindihan kayo with your boss, with also with your co-worker or your workmates. At saka yung pinaka-importante is yung teamwork nyo. Kasi kapag may mga conflict na between sa inyo ng mga co-workers nyo, hindi magiging smooth yung pagtrabaho nyo, hindi magiging maganda yung kalabasan hindi magiging maganda yung outcome ng product nyo or ng trabahong ginagawa nyo or whatsoever. Kaya sobrang importante niya. And then, mas mapapabilis kayo kung yung teamwork nyo maganda talaga. Kasi kung hindi, madedelay kayo or it will take too much time to finish your work. So, ayun. Habang tumatagal na ako sa workplace ko, nabibuild ko na yung trust ng mga boss namin. Like, they'll assign me na mag-lead sa ganito, na ako yung mag-lead, yung mag-manage ba. Kasi nakikita nila na I can handle it, na kaya ko naman. Like, kahit na baguhan or something, na kaya ko siyang i-handle ng ako lang or kahit wala ng guide nila. So, ang company kasi namin gumagawa kami ng product. And merong deadline yun na, for example, February 20, magdi-deliver na, kailangan makagawa kayo ng 10,000 soaps. Yun ang quota na kailangan yung magawa. So, or sa time na parang malapit na yung delivery date, pero hindi pa kami tapos. And then, ibinigay sa amin ng partner ko, kasi kapag mag-partner kami, nakakagawa kami ng marami or in a day, nakakapaproduce kami ng 4,000K ng mga products. 4K. 4K na products. So, ayun. Yun, parang ibinigay sa amin ng boss namin yung responsibility na yun, yung work na yun, and the outcome is naging maganda naman kasi before the delivery date or mga 2 days before, na-accomplish namin yung quota na gagawin namin on that delivery day.